Hey everyone, this is player one.
And this is player 2.
So we're carpooling again, so I thought we'd just kind of record our shenanigans of what we're talking about.
Yeah, we thought about bringing some more videos, and sometimes it's kind of hard for us to make a video and
get together and all that.
Exactly. So we kind of made a commitment and said at least once a week, let's try to carpool, and that way we can talk about things that are relevant and things that we want to talk about with you guys, like anime, video games, movies, and stuff like that. So I guess this week we're going to talk about split screen.
Yeah, that's been on my mind because, so last week, very few people saw the video, but not last week, maybe a couple weeks ago, we made a video in this carpool talk kind of thing about Titan Falls and Infinite Warfare. However, it just went down in price. I think it's in Walmart for like $29, and for Black Friday it'll be $27. So I was gonna bite the bullet and get the game just to try something new, and I was like, maybe player 2 and I can play and see if we like it, just to have some fun, something new. And then I start getting curious, just thinking to myself, wait a second, does this have split screen? Because
and kind of the thing was that we looked online, we looked on YouTube, we looked online, we looked at all the news outlets to try to see if we could find out if it actually had split screens, because we like to play together. Sometimes we'll come into each other's house or whatever and just play. And we spent 15 minutes, 20 minutes?
It was like 15 minutes, and it was very vague until I finally found one article that was describing the differences between Titan Falls, Battlefield 1, and the Call of Duty game. And it turns out it has no split screen and no co-op.
Besides the fact that I was actually pissed off because I was like, why isn't anybody talking about this? And then you find out that there is no split screen. So I'm mad at the news outlets like Polygon and everybody because they didn't really talk about it. But then at the same time, I'm also mad because of no split screen. And
I'm just curious, is it just us? Is split screen really dead? Because this is like a recurring thing that's happening now. We all remember like Halo. That was a big thing with Halo, that no more split screen. You know, Halo was one of the first games that first shooters that I was playing split screen. I mean, you and I, when we were much years ago, we would sit down for hours and beat it on Legendary, the campaign.
That's fun. Exactly. And I mean, not only that, but even multiplayer. I would love to sit down, and we would sit down with some other friends and
do kind of like a LAN party.
Yeah, do a LAN party and with all our Xboxes and just play Halo. And at that time it was like 8-10 of us or whatever, and just play in different rooms or in different locations around the house, and just play Halo in split screen mode in four players, whatever we used to play. 4 players, 8 players, or whatever.
I mean, there's something cool. Yes, multiplayer is cool. Yeah, we all like to see a whole screen while we're playing. But I like the experience of having friends come over, getting some pizza, maybe just enjoying the time, laughing it up, killing each other and laughing about it. That's like very personal.
This truck is about to...
This truck is going to kill us, dude. I guess he doesn't like split screen. Hopefully that's not too loud for you guys. But the point is, it's like that's a personal feeling. It's cool to hang out with people. What's wrong with hanging out with people and playing together?
From what I get and I've read, it boils down to what we've always talked about is money, greed, and just the way these game companies are now acting. Because when I heard about Halo 5, and the first thing I said, I was like, I don't care. I love Halo, but the story was weak. I hated the false advertisement, but I said, maybe we can play it split screen, and you and I can have some fun. Then I find out there's no option, and the lame excuse of it can't be packed into a disc, it's too many graphics, or people are not playing as much split screen today as they were 10 years ago. And I'm like, are you guys?
I'm curious.
Are lame?
Those of you listening, do you people not play split screen? I mean, split screen, I want to know. I'm curious because I still find a lot of enjoyment in playing split screen.
I still think that people play because just the backlash on Halo 5 not having split screen was, to me, a good example as people still play. And we just recently heard that Call of Duty Infinite Warfare.
Oh, yeah.
Go ahead.
Was it Infinite? All right, I'll say it. So, check this out. Apparently, and you guys that have this game already know this, Call of Duty Infinite Warfare got rid of their co-op and split screen for the campaign and I guess multiplayer, and they only have it available in the zombies mode. What the hell is that? Don't tell me that that's because a system can't handle it when things like the Xbox had split screen. And for those of you that are naysayers, that's funny, naysayers and say, oh, because they're these graphics. Look at the Call of Duty graphics; they're shitty graphics. So it ain't that it's killing the PS4 to handle those graphics.
They've been using the same engine for a while.
It's BS. It's BS, man.
It's really BS. It boils down to just BS, and they don't want to take the time and do it. And basically, it's just greed. They want to have all the money, and with none of the work.
And I know this. Part of this bullshit comes from the fact that they want these online only games like Destiny and all these games like that, like Division, that they don't want you to do split screen because they want you to go home and buy 2 copies of the game and have 2 systems and it's double the money. That's part of it, and I get that. It's messed up, but I get that. It's business. But also at the same time, you're really ruining the experience. I know I play multiplayer sometimes.
Well, but
I want to play with somebody else with me. I want to laugh about it. It's funny.
That's what gets me mad because they're all about when they pitch these games in E3 or any other outlets. They're always like, "Oh, we want to provide the best gaming experience," which is absolutely garbage when I hear that because they really don't. They just want to provide the most amount of profit for themselves because, again, it's like how can you? Most of the people play split screen, especially in first-person shooters.
I mean, if you're a parent and you have children, are you going to buy each one of your kids a PS4 so they can play in separate rooms online? That's stupid. That's stupid. Maybe it'll work for over time, but unless you're crapping out money, it's very likely you're going to buy a system that's going to be in a nice TV, probably the living room TV, and you're going to have them play on the system. That's ridiculous that people in one house need to buy several copies of a game to play together.
And that also boils down to even now, let's say if you are an early adopter of the PS4 Pro.
Which I'm sorry to hear if that's one of you. After all the things that are coming out about it.
So, yeah, let's say you're an early adopter and you buy that, and that's the only console you have, and you have a 4K TV, and you want to play split screen with even a significant other, like let's say your girlfriend or your wife is into it, and you want to play, and then all of a sudden you can't. Now do you have to go out and buy a 4K TV, another one with another PS4 Pro, with another copy of Call of Duty or any other game that doesn't do split screen, and pay the $60 a year just to have
twice for each account.
To have some enjoyment, and not to mention have each person in a different room or another section of the house, and just so you guys can play together. I mean, it's ridiculous.
It doesn't make sense. It's dumb. No, it makes sense when you're trying to be greedy, but it really doesn't make sense for like a consumer to have that. Like you said, I play with my girlfriend all the time. You know, we play split screen, or we sit down and watch each other play campaigns. When you remove that aspect of it, what happens? You remove the aspect of those relationships, the idea of gaming, which is having fun with others. That's the idea of multiplayer.
Can you guys imagine a time if Gears of War wouldn't have had co-op at all?
Wasn't that one of the big deals when Gears of War, I think 2 or 3 came out? No, I think it was 2, right?
Yeah.
That it came out that, now you can have co-op online. It was such a big thing because people love that, to be able to go through a campaign together.
And this is the funny thing, because a couple years ago, the argument was, oh no, people don't want campaign anymore. People are bored of campaigns. People don't want campaigns. That's why we're only going to focus on these multiplayer-only games.
For the same price, less content.
Yes, less content, more for the same price, or even more. And then it turned out that when the sales were dying, all of a sudden, guess what? Now we care about campaign. We're putting more
Titanfall.
We're putting more campaign into it. Yeah, exactly. A good example, like Titanfall. And it's BS. It's all BS. It's just about money.
Titanfall is one of those games that really kind of gets me because they try to play the nice guy with, they're trying, no DLC, no map packs or season pass. We're not going to do that. We're going to give it to you for free. Yeah, thank you. I'll applaud you. But yeah, you try to be slick and take away other aspects of a game that should be included, like a co-op or a split screen. That should be included in the game.
Yeah, exactly. And then you have things like, I mean, Ubisoft and EA are notorious for these things. I think I recently saw an article where, no, I actually not think, I know I saw an article that they're like, oh, you know, our games like Division are highly successful compared to games that we're producing with campaign. But then I thought about it. I was like, well, of course they're going to be successful in your eyes because you're not producing any games that have campaign. If you are, it's like 1 out of every 5 games.
And they're shit broken games like Watch Dogs 2.
Yeah, exactly. Which reminds me, Watch Dogs 2.
We'll talk about that in another video.
Okay,
yeah,
that's fine.
Watch Dogs, no, but Watch Dogs 2 it's like, if you don't know about it, we'll upload a video about it, but it's basically broken. It's a shit game. That's the truth. It's a shit game.
Which is, I see the comments and people are like, oh wow, that's a big surprise coming from Ubisoft. But I mean, again, it's like the same repetition, but give me your money. Give me your money up front. I'm not going to allow you to do a refund because let's be real. When you buy these games, if you buy them at a retailer, a local retailer, and you try to return it, they're not going to want to return it because it's open. But hey, give me your $60. I'm not going to give you enough content, and that's it. But anyway,
it is what it is. At the end of the day, more than anything, I want to play it too, and I want to talk about this concept or this idea, this topic, because I'm getting to the point where I'm almost doubting myself. Is it just me? Is it just me and Player 2? Is it just me and my friends that I hang out with that care about split screen?
I don't doubt it.
Because nobody talks about it, right? All you hear people say, no, get over it. It's time to move on. That's what I see online.
Yeah,
nobody talks about it.
Those people are usually paid.
Maybe, man, but like it's getting weird. Like these companies are really getting rid of some of the basic features.
Yeah, those people are usually paid. Kind of like IGN, how they do like a 10 out of 10, and then you look at their review and they say, oh, the story's weak. The game has glitches and all this, but guess what? 10 out of 10.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I mean, maybe that may very well be the case.
I don't think.
But I really want to know from those of you listening, what do you think? Because I mean, I don't get it. Maybe it's my generation, but for my idea, split screen is a great thing and essential thing to have, especially in a multiplayer game.
I agree. I think split screen and co-op should not be something that they should be taking off. There's no excuse for it. But anyway, give us your comments and tell us what you think.
Yeah, let us know, and then hopefully the audio is not too bad for this. That's something that let us know too. I try to edit some of the sound out as much as I can, but hopefully it's not too bad. I'm just recording off of a phone again. We're carpooling to work. So either way, we hope hear from you guys soon. This is Player 1.
And this is Player 2 signing off.
All right. Thanks for watching.